Hey loves, it's me, Love Jones. I am back with another one. I'm gonna do readings for signs. I just pulled two: Sagittarius and a Gemini. Sagittarius and Gemini. So I'm gonna do reading on the Sagittarius first. I used to deal with a Sagittarius. What anything about them? I used to deal with a Sagittarius. I told a whole long story about him one time. Whole long story. I gave y'all the whole spiel on it. Boy, you got to be careful when you dating in Atlanta. But I gave y'all a whole long story about that Sagittarius. And by the time I finished, it wouldn't even let me upload the video. I thought the video uploaded. I went on about my day. It didn't. The whole thing disappeared. And that wasn't no coincidence either. The whole video disappeared. So I'm going to have to give y'all the spill on him again. I see Kiki, Dee, mother-in-law. See what's going on with this Sagittarius. And what's so funny is I actually dealt with two Sagittarius. One of them was, I guess you can call him just a friend, while the other one was my boyfriend for the time. 5 years I was dealing with him. Funny thing is, by the time I stopped dealing with them both, they had the same reaction. I kid you not, they had the same reaction. So this is what makes me hesitant about dealing with Sagittarius is, again, because they both played the role. Hey, they both played the role like like kind of Prince Charming at the beginning. And at the end, one of them was kicking the window out my car. It ain't funny. Kicking the window out my car. And the other one had my car taken all the way loose. Kid you not. Told me he would fix it. And I guess he thought he was going to get some by fixing on my car. And I told him if he thought that, he could send it back instead. Yeah, he sent my car back in pieces. I kid you not, in pieces. And I ended up having to get another one, long story short. So one of them kicked the window out my car. The other one took my car completely apart. Completely apart. It's like the things people do when you just want to move on with your life. And I was like in my early 20s with one of them. But the other one, it wasn't that long ago. About 8 years ago. Definitely in my 30s. And him in his 40s. Imagine that. And it's so funny. I told y'all a whole hour-long story in that video. Did not even upload. I was like, wow. Wow. So anyway, let's see. Here's Pisces. I'm looking at Pisces. I made a mistake here in the copycat. I don't know what this has to do with a Sagittarius, but that's what I'm looking at right now. So that could be significant to somebody, a Pisces, saying they made a mistake. This person is may be a copycat to you. This person may be like a doppelganger to you. Trying to do what it is you do. Trying to appear to be like you. To be who you are. Catfishes. That's somebody pretending to be something that they're not. Somebody pretending to be something that they are not. Let's see. Alright, what's going on with the Sagittarius? Stephanie. Pull the name Stephanie. Names coming out. Dominique. Lawsuit. Where are you? I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Is where I'm at. Hey, y'all. I am good. How are you? Good. Shanti. So funny, my child is my child is a Pisces. So something gonna have to do with children. Be a child. Say they made a mistake. I see a Gemini here. Smooth criminal. Somebody said they made a mistake. I feel like they only feel like they made a mistake because something's about to be shook up in their life. Something is about to be shook up in their life. Stolen inheritance. Let's focus on the Sagittarius first. Alright, what's going on with Sag? I kid y'all not, I keep pulling names. 3 times names. Archie. Dominique. Stephanie. Why names keep coming out of the smile? Christopher. Beach party. What's going on with this Sagittarius? Envy. Alright, so you got a Sagittarius. Could be envious of you. Somebody could be in the entertainment industry here. So, some type of celebrity. They could do some kind of music here. Movies. Media. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. What's going on in the ghetto? What's the ghetto? Atlanta? You trying to say Atlanta is the ghetto? You trying to say Atlanta is the ghetto? Somebody said, remember, nothing happens to you. It happens for you so you can grow. You are right. And that's one way of putting it when you constantly have things going on. That is one way to put it. One way to look at it so you won't lose your mind. Especially when you're doing things by yourself. I know it's a lot of people out here that move like me. A lot of people move like me. So when you're surrounded by that negative energy, that's a good way of looking at things. It's not happening to you, but for you. I was about to look up something. look it up in a second. Let's keep going. Internet ain't clicked in yet. I have to turn my Wi-Fi on. So, yeah, speaking of that, I just came back from attempting to do something. It's so funny. They could have actually said it over the phone, but it didn't go as planned. And that's exactly how I was looking at it, because I was questioning on whether or not I really should have did it anyway, because I don't know what my next moves are gonna be. I don't know what my next moves are gonna be. And I may not have even needed it, depending on what it is that I do. And so by it not going through, that just tells me that I need to go ahead and do what I was thinking about doing. And so it not happening to me, but happening for me is a good way. Because it just tells me instead of doing something one way, I need to do it another way. Need to do it another way. Rebel with the cause, with cause -1, nappy hairstyle. Oh Lord, the trolls. I let y'all stay though. It's cool. Go ahead and comment. I see a retracted message over and over again. I don't know how braids could be a nappy hairstyle, but I mean, to each his own. To each his own. You must be used to dealing with other kind of people if you look at braids and say nappy hairstyle. So anyway, Sagittarius, I just pulled STD. Somebody here got an STD. It's a big red flag. They walking around here with this STD, whatever it is. I only have stuff on here that you can't get rid of. At least over here. I mean, you could probably go and see Dr. CB's son or daughter or somebody who got the cure. If you got some money like that, you know, go over there and talk to them and try to cure something. But on this card it says HIV, AIDS, and herpes. So, Sagittarius, you may want to be careful out there, because it appears that somebody may have some type of STD. You know, y'all might want to go and get checked. May want to go and get checked. Somebody have an STD. You or either someone around you. You or someone around you. So if y'all like to give that thing out a lot, you may want to be careful who you giving it to. Gotta be careful who you giving it to. Which is crazy, because before I turn this video on and do this reading, I was scrolling on my TikTok and a lady came on and that's what she was saying. Somebody got an STD. Somebody's side person gave them an STD, gave them herpes. And that's one of the things on this card. So the fact that that was on right before I hit record on this could be what you have. You may need to go and get it checked out. I mean, you know, the signs of herpes. Proverbs 17 says, better is a piece of bread where there is peace than a house full of feasting where there is quarreling. It's better to eat by yourself, just one little piece of bread, rather than to have a lot to eat around people who you know you don't get along with, around people who may be jealous of you, around people where there are always issues with, around disrespectful people. So That's pretty much what this is saying. It's better to eat by yourself than eat around a room full of disrespectful people. And so, if you have to do it by yourself, if you choose to do it by yourself because you feel like that's what you're surrounded by, a bunch of hateful, disrespectful, envious, jealous people, then I would definitely do that. Choose to do it by yourself. I've been doing it by myself for a long time. A long time. And I've been at a point where I've had people around me, and I've been, at this point that I'm at where there's nobody around me for quite some time now, and I can tell you it's much better without people when you know they just jealous, hateful, disrespectful. People always with something negative to say. You don't want to be around people like that. People who always got a joke, but the joke is kind of the disrespectful jokes, the demeaning jokes, the jokes to kind of belittle you, the jokes that aren't really jokes, the jokes to try to bring you down. You don't want to be around people like that. I grew up in a family. I actually didn't. The side of the family I'm thinking about, I didn't grow up with them, but, I used to visit them a lot, and I noticed that's one thing that was different about them and the other side of the family that I grew up on. This particular side, they would talk real dirty, real nasty about each other and say it like in a joking kind of way. And it was almost like that was their way of kind of showing their love to each other by being real dirty with things they would say towards each other. And I never understood that. Never liked it. But that's what it seemed like. Instead of building each other up, they would say things to tear each other down. And you would, some people would probably say, at least when it's your family doing it, you get kind of used to it. So when other people do it, it doesn't bother you as much. But that's absolutely not true. When it's your own family that's doing it, that low self-esteem is what it brings out you. What is this? Using others to try to make you jealous. So somebody out here doing. I see moving. Somebody could be moving. So there could be a Sagittarius out here trying to use other people to make you jealous. I see Junior here. Christian. These could be people who call themselves a Christian but don't conduct themselves in that matter. They don't act like Christians. People that they want to fall under the title of being a Christian because they may go to church, but that's all they do that's Christian-like. People could be hateful. We already seen envy, jealous, envious, sabotaging, not helpful, but hurtful when it comes down to things. These are the kind of people you don't want around you, even if they claim to be Christian. Even if they go to church every Sunday or 3-4 times a week. They used to say people go to church with the devil tucked in their pocket. It's probably these kind of people here who go to church with the devil tucked in their pocket or in their pocketbook. You don't want to be around people like this. Whoever this is, I don't know if this is Sagittarius or if this is people who are around the Sagittarius. But somebody here goes out the way to try to make somebody jealous. Somebody here is envious, which is probably the reason why they go out the way to try to make somebody jealous of them or jealous of a situation here. They go out the way to try to hurt someone's feelings here, but it comes from a hurt place. That's what this is. It's a person who's hurting themselves, and hurt people hurt people. And so that's what they're doing. Instead of going somewhere and trying to heal themselves, they sit in the background and they do things to continue to try to hurt people. Hurt people hurt people. Trying to stop your money. So that may be one of the things that they're trying to do here. Trying to stop money from coming in for you. So they want you to be sitting up watching them and wishing that you could do something with them, but better is a piece of bread by yourself than to be feasting around a bunch of ignorant, arrogant, hurt people. Because this is what this is. Hurt people. People who can't move on with with their lives here. People who are stuck. They're stuck. They're stuck looking at you. And I feel like they want to be a part of your life. And they are jealous of whatever it is that you are doing. And with this trying to stop your money, this may be somebody who wants you to need them. So funny. When I left out of the place that I left out of, the song came on. It was like it came on right in the middle of the song. And the lyrics said, go on, walk it out. What else did it say? You can do it all by yourself. This is somebody who wants you to need them. You may have been doing it by yourself and they don't want you to do it by yourself. They may have even been telling people that they were somehow supporting you and whatever it was you were doing at a certain point. So this is somebody who wants to look as if you need them somehow. Finances, yeah. This is what they want. They want it to look like you need them. They want to stop your money, so maybe you'll call them and ask them for something. This is somebody who wants to be in your life, but they move in a real childish way here. They don't know how to actually say that, so what they're doing is doing things in the background, sending negative energy, doing things to try to destroy things in your life in hopes that you'll call this person. But here's the thing, if this person was never a provider for you like that, if this person was never someone you could depend on, you will never call them anyway. Like I said, better is a piece of bread by yourself than to be around this nonsense here. This person, I don't know how old they are, but this energy is very childlike. I see family. This could be family. This energy is very childish, very petty. Doppelganger. They definitely, somebody here is a doppelganger. Maybe a sibling. Hell, it may be a younger energy here because, what did I say at the beginning? My daughter is a Pisces. Pisces came out. I made a mistake, came out. I think it said copycat was a card that I seen, and now here's doppelganger. Somebody here wants to be you. Somebody here has been putting in the effort to be you. I see wealth. Wealth. Leo here. Could be a Leo. You could be a Leo. Now you got evil eye here. Family turn you away. And right behind it again, using others to make you jealous. Low down. Phobia here. This is somebody's worst nightmare. Isn't it crazy? Your own family could be your worst nightmare. People you don't want to be around. People you try to stay away from. And forbid they are people who know how to play with energy, because it doesn't matter how far you get away from those kind of people, they will still play in your energy. They will use like remote viewing, and they will watch what you do and play in your energy the whole time. Instead of just going to live their life, they will make your life their life and try to play and do things to complicate your life, because you want to stay away from them, because you don't intermingle with them, because you have outgrown them and their childish petty energy here. Fatal attraction. Fatal attraction. Somebody you're going to have trouble getting rid of. I see white. White could be significant. Somebody's money laundering here. Washing money. It says drug trafficking, corruption, embezzlement here. Somebody's money laundering here. So forbid somebody here wants you to need them. They don't want you to be able to take care of yourself. And so they're doing things for you to struggle, so as to make you contact them for something. I wouldn't do it. No, if you were down on your last, call on God before you call on these people. Because you know what? All the energy that they're throwing out, they're going to get back to them at a certain point. Just money laundering. They bound to get caught doing whatever it is they're doing behind the scenes. They are bound to get caught. And so the money they think they have, well, they want you to call them. So whatever they've been saying would look as if it was so. They're not going to have very long. I just seen DA. They're not going to have it very long. You want to close your third eye? It's probably talking about me. They don't want you to be able to see through their bull here. They want you to look up to them, whoever this is, as like they are the prize. Well, you're going to look up to. They want you to look up to them somehow. They maybe even want to partner with you with something, or they may be working with somebody here doing this. See a Burger King and a Dairy Queen here. Just people who crown does not come naturally. God did not give it to them because they aren't who they claim to be. This is people who use their money to try to, you know, they say money is power. They use their money, the things they can buy, to influence people. And so they may have a position, or they may be popular, or have some type of fame about them in the community where they exist, because people look up to them because of their money, but they're not getting this money in an honest way. It's a person that we seen money laundering already, and so there's no telling what they have going on. I seen fraud, smooth, emotional. Somebody's emotional. This money not coming the honest way. And so in all actuality, they don't deserve to be looked up to that way. This person's in their ego. And so if people looking up to them for their money, it's dirty money. It's not even money made, honestly. It's not that kind of money. And so they're not working hard for this money. What they're doing is they putting up a whole front. So it may look like on the outside they're working hard for this money. You see boss, they may have some type of businesses. This money coming from us some other kind of way. What was that? Federal something I just seen? Federal prison. You know, you out there money laundering. Now that's what it should be. I see this mantle here. Federal court. Federal court. That's what I just seen. All eyes on me. Somebody could be watching somebody here. And they deserve it. Because you know what? It appears that they watching you. They watching you. And they're doing things. Look. I just cut the deck on bully. Because they won't let go. This definitely could be a family member or somebody from your past. Like I said, I dealt with the Sagittarius before. When I say things, when I start rambling about things, it always be a reason that come up in the energy later on. This could be definitely somebody from your past that you used to deal with, or a friend or a family member here. Whoever this is does not want to let you go. And this person is abusive in your energy. And they do things to cause you mishaps, and you may not even know why. Fire signs, you may not even know why certain things are going on here. You got you a stalker here. And this person appears to want you to come back chasing them. They appear to want you to need them for something here. And so they're doing things behind the scene to make you need them. So that you know, to make it hard for you to have stability for yourself. To make it hard for you to take care of yourself. I see corruption here and sabotage. So yeah, definitely people sit in some type of position of power. This person could even be working with somebody here who sits in some type of position of power. This person says, you don't know me. South Node. They definitely in their South Node. They working with people who could sit in some type of position of power here. As corruption comes out when people have certain positions here, when they abuse their power. I see Gemini. Look, Gemini came out. What did I say I was going to do a reading on? Sagittarius and Gemini. I'm going to do Gemini next. Somebody's lying. They lying about something. They want you to need them here. They want you to need them, or they want you to not be able to take care of yourself here. And they're doing things. They're doing things so that you won't be able to take care of yourself. Boy, that energy gonna come back on them, and when they come back on them, they gonna hate they ever put it out. They're gonna hate they ever put this energy out. This is somebody who think they're smart. I keep seeing spiritual necromancy here. Graveyard dirt. Somebody who think they smart. But when that energy comes back around and those businesses be busted, you know, DA ending here, whoever this is, when that energy come back around and those businesses are busted and houses are raided and they looking at where certain money came from and how it's being washed through certain avenues here, all that stuff that you think you have to look up to, you ain't gonna have it anymore because you haven't really done the work for. This is somebody who live off of looks. It's a materialistic person, a superficial person. And that's why their crown is given to them by the people who look up to them. And those people who look up to them for their money. And it's a person who does not work hard, who is not, they don't make their money the honest way. And so everything about it is fake. Like I said, they may have some type of business or businesses. Look at this. Jail. This is where they're going to end up at. And the truth is what they deserve. It's what they deserve. And so don't be surprised if all of a sudden they need you. All of a sudden they want you around. All of a sudden they're trying to get in touch with you so you can help them out of something they got themselves into. Storm is coming, and somebody is aware of that too. That anxiety. They have anxiety. Yes, they should. Emotional. You have to do nothing but leave people alone. But y'all want to keep messing with people, so this is what you get. Exposed. Exposed. Behind that therapy, somebody needs some therapy. Behind that, Proverbs 23, don't wear yourself out trying to gain wealth, because you don't have to. When you're doing the right thing, it flows to you. When you are in that certain energy, it flows to you. But when you are not in that energy to attract wealth, then you have to do dirty things for it. You know, when you're in that energy and you got dirty people around you, then you got to worry about those dirty people doing dirty things to try to knock the flow of what's coming to you. That's why you got to be careful about the people you allow in your energy, because the filth from their flow can interfere with your flow. Especially when they send an evil eye and they want you to need them, and they don't like the way you look when you're taking care of yourself here. They don't want you to look like this independent person that you are. This is not a person who believes in building with you. It's a person who wants you to need them so they can use you. Maybe that's the type of lifestyle they used to live in. A lifestyle where they use people. Look at this. Okay. Look at this. Let me finish shuffling these cards over here. Your ex wants to come back. This person who they have anxiety. Survival of the fittest here. Somebody's going to jail. Whoever this is. And you deserve it. Sitting behind playing in people's energy. Doing dirty things to try to stop their flow. Because your flow is faux. Your flow is fake. Your flow is about to be interrupted, but it's going to be by police here. So I'd be careful if I was you. Instead of watching other people and trying to interrupt other people and lying on other people, I'd be careful. What is this? Psalms 55. Deliverance from the city of people that comes up against you, that betrays you. Oppression. This is what somebody's going through. And I can relate well to that. oppression. People who are constantly trying to sabotage. Speaking of sabotage, I couldn't even say it, y'all. I kid you not. I hadn't even got it out good. And I looked down and seen it as I was shuffling the cards. See people taking pictures of you. They want to sabotage you. It's people who don't want to see you win. But they playing a dirty game here. And I hope the feds are listening. I ain't seen that card yet, but Calvin, just seen the name Calvin, watching with a drone. These people could be watching you with drones. Could be sending people over to watch you. You know? Sending people over to watch you. So the last will be first and the first will be last. They're going to have their time. They're going to have their time in court. They're going to have their judgment time. They're going to have their time when all this energy comes back on them. I see Mike trying to stop you from manifesting. So take this however it resonates here. Mike, Calvin. Somebody is a Sagittarius. Somebody could be working with somebody who is a Sagittarius. Federal court. Bitter. You already seen corruption. I got DA right here. Somebody working with somebody. They could have this status here. You could have this status here. Put yourself where you belong in this. Only you know, I'm just reading the cards, but there is some stuff right here. What does this say? They will try to get you to lie about knowing they are causing you harm. What did I say? I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I need to write over that. Make it darker. I wrote this with a pencil. So yeah, what did I say? They'll need you. They will need you before it's over with. And I would not go to their rescue here. This is somebody who is going to get caught with whatever it is they're doing. And then they're going to want you to pretend like it was all a game. They're going to want you to pretend as if it was all a joke. They're going to want you to pretend as if, you know, everybody was in on this. They're going to want you to pretend as if this was all fun and games here. When the truth is, these people have been trying to destroy you. So why would you pretend like this has been a game when they've been destroying your life behind the scenes? Tell it for what it is. Tell it for whatever it is. Let people see the truth of who this person is, because this person hides behind money, material things, resources, resourceful people. People are also resources when they sit in positions where they can be used for different things. And so I see divorce here, trying to stop your money. Somebody wants to stop your money. They don't want to see you. I see smooth criminal. Oh yeah, I see something about a mechanic. Yeah, people working together here. Let's just say having a showing that extreme greed for wealth or material gain here. These are people who want to eat off you. Whatever it is they doing to you, Whatever it is they're doing for money, they want you to be around. Why do they want you to be around this? Hmm. Moving. That's what I started off with. I feel like you are moving. You are moving, as you probably should, because what you are is probably a sitting duck in a city of people who are doing things to try to destroy what it is you're building for yourself. They don't want to see you build. They want you to come back and be a part of this bullshit that they have going on right here. They want you to come back and need them for something. No, they want to combine their energy with your energy. It's a person who does not want to see you move on. You seen fatal attraction here. They want you to be stuck to them while they're doing things behind the scene. I guess they want everybody to go to prison here, because that's where they're going to end up. That's where they're going to end up here. Sugar daddy here. It's going to be what they call themselves, trying to be to you. That's why they're trying to sabotage what you're building for yourself. That's why they're trying to stop your money. That's why they try to stop you from manifesting, because they want you to need them. If you need them, they have control over you. If you need them, then they have a role that they can play in your life that they're evidently not playing right now. This is somebody who wants to be back. This is somebody you may need to press some charges on. If it gets to that point, press those charges. Get this person away from you. People are weird as hell, especially when it comes down to, people who know how to manipulate energy. Ain't no telling what's going on. Ain't no telling what's going on. The way they just sit around. Energy harvest. I just wanted y'all to see this whole empty parking lot. Just a little couple of cars that are in it for this car to come sit over here. 2 spaces down for me. So anyway, I'm going to end this here. I'll be back, y'all.